on a second, everybody. Just checking, make sure we got everything set.
Check, check. One,
Check,
two.
check, check.
Check, check.
And how's it going, everyone? We're here for the game, whatever you want to call that game. Bulls versus Magic. We're obviously short. Um, final score of the game here. Let me just pull it up real quick. Was
Atrocious. 114 to
114
95.
to 95.
Beat you to it.
What you thought tonight?
Ugly. Besides DeMar, not much there. I mean, what else? Who else was good besides DeMar? How about that?
Um, no one really.
Yeah, why don't you go there? DeMar was great. So besides him,
I don't think there was anyone else really that was really good tonight. Like I think that it was just Vooch was awful. And I think
yeah,
again, if nothing else, it just proved how valuable Vooch is. Right? Vooch has to, in order for them to, you know,
to compete.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're short. They're obviously shorthand. Demar did his part, right? Give the Magic a little bit of credit. Look, it was a bad matchup in a sense that they're a quick, young, attacking team, right?
yep,
Automatically, Vooch was backpedaling all night on defense, right? Same thing with Tyler Cook. It's not a good matchup with Tyler Cook,
yeah.
right?
What? Yeah, what's happened to Io though? He has lost of some aggressiveness on the offensive side.
You know what? I don't know if it's. I don't know if he's still not comfortable being in that starring role. Like I think he's deferred to Kobe and to Vooch and Demar, but he needs to be on the defensive side. He's still great on the defensive side.
Actually, I would say he's our best defensive player on the team right now.
I
Yeah,
agree.
he was his help defense was, well, I mean, it was better than other people. You know who's really, I don't know why we keep on throwing out Troy Brown Jr. I don't know why we have a marriage with him still. And even
I
Matt
think I
Matt
think it's just
Thomas.
because he's a body right now. Like literally, he's a body, right? And look against the lesser teams. When we're up ahead and there's no pressure on any, he seem to play well, right?
Yeah, we
Those
don't
guys.
have. You're right. We don't have
You know,
anybody else.
I mean, we had 10 players available tonight. 10 players available total. You know,
Yeah,
but I did see. I don't know if you saw this before the game. Donovan said that they are waiting in Oklahoma City.
which is kind of crazy actually.
It's a possibility that they could be ready to play tomorrow night.
Well, those two people back just in itself will mean like they should have won that game if they had those two players back.
Yeah, it just
So
makes me wonder now. Like, look, I guess if Zach is available tomorrow night, who do you start? Do you start Kobe? Do you start Io?
I start Io because of his
Yeah,
defense.
yeah.
I think Kobe needs to be on the floor with somebody else that uh, defensively can help out his lack of D. And it does appear sometimes that he's trying like when he's not very good at help defense at all. And he didn't get
Yeah.
it with wasn't he guarding Jalen Suggs? Who was guarding Jalen Suggs?
It was Io. But
Iowa
like
was?
when
You
they
sure?
switched, yeah, these Io would start them when they switched off, and they're
Ugh.
running around like
Well,
chickens with their
Suggs
heads
looked.
cut off all over the place.
Yeah, Suggs and Wagner look
But
good.
Stacy did have a good point. Suggs, like he's got a chicken wing, like he's flailing that arm.
He did that to DeRozan on that dunk.
Yeah,
Hit him right in the face.
if we had a challenge left, if he didn't use
That
that
would have been the
challenge
one.
on, that would have been the one to use it on because that for sure would have been would have taken away a 3 point play, charge on Suggs
Mm-hmm.
right back. Because I think at that point
Well,
we had cut it down to like what 12, 11 or something like that.
yeah. And then Wendell Carter Jr. hitting a three. Vooch has got to work on his outside shooting, man.
we talked about this the other day. Like I don't. He wants to be like he just want to be on the outside. He looks so uncomfortable in the post tonight. Like I don't know why he has such a hard time posting Carter. Like I don't get
Even
it.
Wagner, he had 2 offensive charges against him, putting his shoulder into him. You didn't like the
Yeah,
call though, I
yeah.
know.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Again, next week when they come back into town next, when they play in Chicago next,
Yep.
assuming that Zach is back and assuming that Javante's back, then those guys will learn a lesson.
Well, let's assume
Like
that then,
they
and
were
then we'll
talking a lot
talk.
of,
We'll talk at OKC next.
yeah, they were talking a lot of smack. So, all right, so not a whole lot to talk about tonight in this post game. It was just Bulls lose by 19. Not really much to talk about other than Demar. Demar was great. The hopefully tomorrow night. Hopefully they rebound. Hopefully Zach and Javante are back. So,
You got it.
before we wrap this live stream up.
No, I think that's about it. That's all we can take.
Okay. Thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you in the stream. Hopefully tomorrow night. Thanks.